My first question for you is Chucky just seems to be getting better and better. What do you think the key is for the franchise staying so fresh?
Well, I think the key for the franchise staying so fresh is Don Mancini. And he's been with the franchise ever since he was in college when he wrote the first Chucky movie, the first Child's Play. And he's been in written every single movie. And then he started directing, and then he got the television series. And I think the reason for that is Don is Chucky's biggest fan. He's
Yeah.
not like, yeah, I got to crank out another sequel so I can get a paycheck. Every time they give him order for a television series or a movie, he gets all excited. Like he's got a big box of Lego blocks. Like, what am I going to build? What am I going to build? And being a fan, he thinks, what would I like to see as a fan? So even sometimes if the studio's like, yeah, I don't know. Like, for example, when he wanted to cast Alex Vince and he wanted to bring him back as the character that he played in Child's Play,
Yeah.
they were saying, oh my God, that's a great idea. Like, who are we going to get to play that character? And he goes, well, Alex Vincent, of course. And they were like, well, I mean, I don't think he's acted since he was 8 years old or since the second Child's Play, which he hadn't. I mean, he had a great career, like, in the music business. But Don insisted, and the fans just went wild. They loved that the actual Alex Vincent was playing that character, and also bringing back Christina Leith and Glenn Glinda, very much reviled Glenn Glinda that nobody liked except for me and Don. He kind of insisted on bringing them back last season, and the wonderful Lachlan Watson played Glinda, and the
Mhm.
fans loved it. And then, of course, he does things the fans don't like, but that keeps it real. Like he
Yeah.
brings in a character
Uh-huh.
and that everybody loves, and then he just kills them off. And it was like, what? Wait, no, we love that character. So
Mhm.
no, nobody is safe in the Chucky franchise except for Chucky. Chucky endures, and I
Mhm.
think I'm safe. I'm always really nice to Don,
I
so
hope
he'll put
so.
me in the next season. Yes, I'm like, hey Don, I'm ordering a hamburger. Would you like one? Hey Don, how about we go see a movie? But Don's one of my besties. I've known him for 25 years, and we always get really excited, like going hashing over the storylines. He lets me put jokes in and stuff, and
Yeah.
he really loves my input. Like I think a lot of directors were saying, "Why is Tiffany wearing all those ridiculous outfits?" And he's like, "Oh my God, I love the ridiculous outfits. Like when I'm going down the Green Mile to be executed,
Oh
I
yeah.
had this idea that I would have this long black veil, just trailing along. I thought Tiffany would revel in the drama of it, trailing
Mhm.
along the ground. And Don got really excited. He was like, I love that. And we have a great costumer, and she's like, oh my gosh, I know I can get some great fabric. So we have a lot of fun with it. And I love Tiffany's kind of a non-linear character. And she's
Mhm.
a supernatural character. So she doesn't have to be as hyper realistic as some of the other characters. And I think that's what makes it good too. You have the blend of you have Zach and Bjornvin who plays their characters' names, or Jake and Devin. It's a
Yep.
beautiful coming of age story. And then you have my character swanning through like some crazy drag queen, from a totally other dimension. And then they dovetail and it somehow works. You have
Yeah.
that kind of the grotesque and then hyper realistic side by coexisting side by side. Kind of like when you drive on Hollywood Boulevard. There's normal people and then there's absolutely crazy people, but they all exist within the same
Yep.
reality.
And sometimes they come back. I mean, we've got John Waters again this season, even though he died previously. Who
We
else?
were so
Yeah.
excited.
It was
Uh-huh.
so cool seeing him back. Who else would you want to see return to the world of Chucky, even if they have, let's say, passed on?
Even if they've passed on. Well, I like I don't. I forget his name. The kid that was in the insane asylum and having sex with Fiona.
Yep.
He was really great. I like him. Everybody wants Catherine back from the original Child's Play, and then
Mhm.
also the my oh, the one who in Chucky that my character had such a crush on, the hottie washing the car. I'd love to see
Uh-huh.
him back, and also Catherine from I don't know anyone's
Oh,
name. Remember
from
Catherine?
from
She became a very big movie star
yeah,
from
from
Bride of
Bride of
Chucky.
Chucky. Yeah.
What's her last name?
I
It'd be
don't
great
know,
if she could
but
come
Grey's Anatomy.
back.
Yeah, that would be
Grey's
cool.
Anatomy. Yeah,
Um,
she would be good. It's always fun to bring back these characters, but we were so thrilled to get John Waters. who better to play a creepy person that makes dolls that created Chucky than John Waters? I mean,
Else.
all hail. He's the best. He's the best.
What about Sutton? Do you think we can expect her back anytime?
Sutton, Don was going to bring her back the second season, but then no, the third season. But remember, the writer's strike happened, and she did not. And then he didn't have time to write it in. Sutton loved being on Chucky so much, and she was a natural. She was all up for coming back and doing Chucky. Also, my sister loved doing Chucky. I would love to have her back. She didn't have to play my sister, when she comes back. There's so much opportunity. I don't know. I was going into the deep, distant path, but I'd love to have Joey Pantoliano on too. He's so funny. I love working with him. Tony Nabu, who played the butler, he's great. Gina Gershon, always fun. It's almost like a party with all my friends.
Where would you want to see the franchise go next in terms of a new setting or even a new genre?
Well, there's always twists and turns. I never ever thought that Chucky would end up in the White House. Dawn has like the craziest ideas. We were all joking. We want to see Chucky Goes Hawaiian, which actually I would like that because it would be so much fun to be in Hawaii. And they have all those like local spirits in Hawaii, all the legends of, the Kowikiwikiwa or whatever. I don't know the names of it. My friend is Hawaiian. She's always telling me the local ghost stories. But Don, he had an idea, Chucky in outer space. There's nothing grimmer and more chilly and terrifying than outer space. But, I just want to go someplace. I'm like, oh, Hawaii. I can wear the little grass skirts and the lace and, that would be really fun. I'm always thinking of what would be a fun location. Would love Chucky in Paris, like you could be like Jack the Ripper in Montmartre, a rebirth of that old legend. Boy, it would be fun to be on location in Paris. But I have a feeling Chucky is probably going to be on like cheap locations, places where it's like cheap to film. Like Chucky in New York would be great, but it's expensive to film there. And also too, I love Toronto. We have the greatest crew.
That's where I live.
The best city. Oh, Toronto! Love Toronto.
It was very cool seeing it very regularly on the new season.
Yes, we had the best time. We love to walk. I love to walk around Yorkville and have. I
was going to ask, do you have any favorite spots in Toronto?
Well, I love Casamoda. It's great in the summer, and you can get a big group together if you're having a party for the cat, because everybody moves around, sitting in. And I love this, all sitting in a circle. This restaurant Blue is great. We like Sophia, which is right, near usually where I'm staying. But I love the whole Yorkville area. It's so great to walk around the summer and watch everyone eating ice cream and, everybody in their fancy outfits. Everyone gets dressed up to go to Yorkville. And I think somebody pays somebody to drive Ferraris up and down the street really, really fast because there's always Ferraris up and down the street. I just love the life, I just love the energy of Toronto.
My last question for you is, when I talk to people about the franchises that scared them the most growing up, it's always Chucky. Why do you think that is?
My boyfriend also, he said when he was little, I saw Chucky, he decided his sister's dolls were evil. He put them in a bag. He separated the heads because everyone knows you have to separate the heads. And he was going to take them down to the junkyard and get rid of them, but his mom caught him and made him put them all back in. I think the idea of an inanimate object, something that looks human but isn't quite human, I think that's very terrifying. And the fact that something's beloved, I mean, you always get chills when you see Chucky. There's always some innocent little child cuddling Chucky and saying, Chucky's my friend. And there's always a child that loves Chucky, and Chucky talks to the child and they accept it because they're sweet and innocent. In fact, I think in Curse of Chucky, the little girl was cuddling Chucky under the covers. She goes, I'm so scared of the thunderstorm, but then it's nice and peaceful with you here. And then Chucky viciously slaughters her. I don't remember if the studio made them take it out or not, but I love that the people, like the puppies and the children that in normal shows are normally verboten to kill, get killed. But nobody is safe. But I think the fact that dolls are supposed to be cuddly and your friend till the end, and Chucky is just not that doll.
No, well, the end is always soon with Chucky. Congrats on this season. It's been so much fun. I cannot wait for fans to check it out.
Thank you so much. Nice talking to you.
Nice meeting you. Have a great day.